relax, crack a beer, and listen in. Bye.
Or a glass of wine, depending on your preference, right? This is Christine with Shortcut to Happiness at the Conscious Life Expo 2020. We are here with
Dr. Fantastic.
pretty interesting guy. Wait till you hear his story. Well, you have such a wealth of knowledge and information. I really want your opinion. What do you think is the key or the secret to happiness?
Well, the key and the secret to happiness is jumping out of bed in the morning, looking forward to your day. When you do that, you're going to have fun that day. As most people here that have a booth or even are attending, they couldn't wait to wake up this morning to be here, to meet fantastic people, to see fantastic products, healers, psychics. For me, this is Disneyland. So the secret to happiness is jumping out of the bed in the morning, looking forward to your day. When you do that, you have fun. When you have fun, you do it well. When you do it well, you'll make money. And money is the icing on the cake. Unfortunately, people drag themselves out of bed every day to make money because they have to survive. And that's not happiness. And so I have the key to happiness. And that's being positive. I am the professor of positivity, possibly and practically the most positive person on the planet. If I was a prophet named Paul, that would even be better, but I'm not. But I am a very, it's about knowledge. You were saying that earlier. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the easier life is. I've had 98 different professions. I kind of know what's going on the planet. And my 98th was Santa Claus in December. And if you see the picture of me as Santa Claus, I was a fantastic Santa Claus. It was the most profound experience of my life, other than having children. And yesterday, I was encouraged to write another book, and it's called How to Be a Fantastic Santa. And I cross off Santa, and I'm going to replace it with the word person, because Santa is a metaphor for being a good person, a kind person, a caring and loving and friendly and polite and civil person. That's my mission.
I think that brings happiness.
Yes, it does. Happiness is why we're here. And if you're not happy, shake it up. Leave your job. Leave your mate. Because if you're not happy with where you're at, you need to find happiness. And you come first. You come first. Not your kids, not your husband, not your wife, not anybody on the planet, not your mother, but you. If you've ever been on an airplane, they say every time, if the oxygen mask drops, put it on first.
Right.
You come first. And then you can help others. You can make other people happy. No one's going to bring you happiness. No one's going to make you happy. They may bring you happiness, but they won't make you happy. You have to make yourself happy.
Now, you were saying you were encouraged to write another book. Is that a download from above? And how do you feel about intuition and listening to yourself? You know?
Okay. Don't try to confuse me with two questions.
Download first.
Say the first question again. The book. Well, I did my taxes yesterday, and this gentleman does my taxes is a very, very intelligent man, 94 years old. He's been doing my taxes for 40 years, and he's seen me going through a lot of my professions in the last 40 years, probably another 40 of them, because I don't do things for money. I do things for fun, and I do things that will make me happy. This is making me very happy. Your interview is making me happy. I'd like to express to the world how to be happy, and that's through my Be Fantastic movement. It's an app, Be Fantastic, like Be Kind, B-E, Fantastic. It's a website, Be Fantastic Today. It's a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook and all the social medias. I'm an old guy. I like to say I have the energy of a 28-year-old and the wisdom of an 82-year-old. But he said when he saw my picture as Santa, and I should show it to you because the audience is going to love this. When he saw this picture, he couldn't believe it, as most people can't. It is pretty amazing. I'll show your audience it here. I can grab it real quick.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
So I grew this beard for a year on the encouragement of one of my granddaughters, who said I had a beard like this a year ago. And she said, Santa doesn't have a short beard. So I took that as a challenge. I grew it for a year, and I was a fantastic Santa. Have you ever read the book, The Four Agreements?
Yes.
Well, the fourth agreement is always do your best, and when I do things, I try to do my best. And that's all you can be expected to do. Matter of fact, when you're at work and you're not happy, and you're doing your best, and they're not happy with it, leave, quit. When you quit, you get a raise. When you quit cable, they lower your price. You try to quit your phone company, and they will give you a better deal. Right. The takeaway is the best. I'm one of the best salesmen on the planet because there's only one Monte. Only one.
You have to be willing to walk away, right?
Do the takeaway. You have to be able to be strong enough to do the takeaway. Relationships, if it's a struggle, I mean, relationships are work. There's no question about it. There's 365 days of work a year, where your job is only 8 hours a day. Relationships all the time, whether you're working or not.
I'm sorry, my relationship with myself is work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know what makes me happy? Do I want to eat? Do I want to travel? It's like, wow, I think you have to take care of yourself.
You're first. And here's another thing, your audience, I want to tell your audience. Your opinion is the only opinion that matters on the planet. Not your mother's or father's or bosses or anybody you know. Because everyone's opinion has an agenda behind it for them. And the only person that should matter is you. I always tell my wife, if I go out in the world today and I run into 100 people today and they say I'm an ugly loser, I'm going to come home at the end of the day, no different. I'm just going to say, what are the odds that I ran into 100 wrong people?
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's all that matters is what's in your mind. It's perception. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. You can't expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself, right? And I can tell you love yourself because you're doing something for you right now, you know?
You know, you get what you teach, right? And I wanted to be happier, right? So you learn as you go along and you're putting attention on a positive side of life and how easy and simple it really is if you knock off a few of the things.
Very, very easy. Unfortunately, people don't get the secret to life till they're halfway through, around 55, or even in retirement. And they look back and they say they screwed it up because they weren't there for their kid's first step or their baseball game or their play. And they were so busy working, they thought money was the ultimate answer. I tell a lot of people, if you make too much money, your wife will divorce you and your kids will hate you because it means you weren't there. And if you don't make enough money, your wife will divorce you and your kids will hate you because you didn't buy them the goodies that they want. So there's a Goldilocks zone. And you need the cure to the world's ills, and I've been around the world, again, I've done a lot of things, is to have dinner with your kids every night, every single night till they're grown, and they're going to grow fast, and then they leave the nest, and then their grandkids are going to grow fast.
I visited my sister, and she had dinner on the table every night. It was amazing how beautiful something like that is. But bringing families back together.
Well, that's the secret to happiness. It's all family. I mean, what do you got? These are all strangers. But the unique thing about this Conscious Life Expo is we're all positive people. Well, you have to be positive to know the crystal. It's perception. If you believe that you're a good-looking, happy, successful person, you are. If you think you're an ugly, unhappy failure in life, you are that. If you think you can make a nice crystal emblem and sell it and be happy with it, you can. If you think you can't, you certainly will never be able to.
Right? It's gonna be. You know, the people who have been successful, a lot of them didn't know they couldn't do it.
I work with a lot of billionaires, and I know billionaires today. I drive yacht for a billionaire. I know paupers. I know homeless people. And none of that matters. It's believing in yourself and doing something that you want to do. You know, it's very easy. Life is so easy, but our parents screw it up because they're amateurs who were raised by amateurs who were raised by amateurs. So it's generation upon generation upon generation of people trying to do their best, but they don't know until you have 6 kids. I say after 6 kids, you make less mistakes.
I think our grandparents had it though.
Well, because they have been around the block. It's called living a long life. Hopefully everyone gets it earlier, and that's what my mission is because I got it at 17. I was orphaned at 11, and I hitchhiked around the world at 17. So I went from 17 to 26 overnight. I had to be 26 for the things I was doing as I hitchhiked around the world. No one would have bought my story or me at 17.
That's amazing you did that.
Yeah, and by myself. I encourage everyone to get there. I know a lot of people that committed suicide on a negative note. All they had to do is, if their wife leaves them, they lose their job, they lose everything on the planet, walk out to the curb and stick your thumb out. Nice people will pick you up. Your life will change. Life is a series of left and right turns. There are no wrong turns in life. Every turn you make is a decision you make. When you made that decision, you didn't make the other one. Believe that it was the best decision you've ever made. And when you believe your decisions and your turns are all correct, you get confidence in your decision making. With that confidence, you get success in life. And with that success in life, you get happiness. And that's the secret. And that's what your original question. What is happiness? Knowing you're doing the right thing. You're starting a YouTube channel. You're doing the right thing. You're doing what makes you happy.
If I can help one person, starting with myself, being a little happier, Ken's already happy because the cameraman, because he loves being the cameraman. So I definitely made several people happy today.
If you make one person smile today, you've made the world a better place. And whenever you say the word fantastic to someone, or even in the mirror, you smile. The smile releases endorphins and dopamine and serotonin. The smile releases stress. Less stress, you'll be a little healthier. A little healthier, you'll be a little happy, live a little longer. So, replace the word good in your life with fantastic. Don't tell people to have a good day. You did a good job. You look good, or I'm good when someone asks me how I am. Fantastic is an energy, not a word, because it releases the endorphins and it makes you feel good and live longer and be happier. Don't ever say the word, it's a 4-letter word, good.
I want to go back a little bit, though, because you said a negative. I don't want to say the negative again.
Okay.
But when you were talking about what happens when someone is alone, isn't part of that they didn't take care of themselves? They were listening to everyone else's opinion. How do you take care of yourself?
Well, it's perception. Again, you have to look in the mirror and love what you see. And if you don't love what you see, something is inherently wrong. You've been listening to too many people. Now, I watch a show, I think it was, my wife likes this show called Heart to Dixie. And it's a Southern Belle type show. And all the women only care about what everyone thinks of them. It doesn't matter what they think of them. And women mostly are caught up in that, men too. What do you care what I think of you? You just met me. If I think you have a stupid hat, it doesn't matter. You like that hat. Yeah, actually, it's a pretty hat. I like the hat. I love the hat, but I'm saying as an example, if I was to say I don't like the hat, would you throw it away? Hopefully not. It's just my opinion, right? Now, it hides your face, which is not good because you're beautiful. Okay? So, but I love the hat. I mean, I like this hat. And it doesn't matter if Ken doesn't like it or not because I like it. My opinion is the only opinion that matters. Now, my wife, she's, doesn't agree with everything I say. How many spouses do agree with what you're doing or whatever? Now, my wife thinks I'm totally crazy to try to make the world a better place. But I'm going to go with Steve Jobs. I hope you all heard of Steve Jobs. He once said, people who are crazy enough to think they can make a difference in the world are the ones that do. And this young lady and I and Ken think we can make a difference. And if we make one person smile today, we've made the world a better place.
This is Christine with Shortcut to Happiness. Stay tuned for more videos coming shortly. I enjoy being with you.